boys and girls. This week is Fire Prevention Week. So we're going to be talking about firefighters today, okay? We're going to be talking about firefighters. And we're going to do our KWL chart. And our K is, let's talk about what we already know about firefighters. Raise your hand and tell me something that you know about firefighters. Rachel, what is one thing that you know about firefighters?
They hold out water.
They spray water? Okay. We know that firefighters spray water. Okay. Trishan, tell me one thing that you know about firefighters.
They go help.
Help who?
Help people.
Okay. Help people. They help people. Okay. Eric, tell me one thing that you know about firefighters.
They have a fire truck.
They have a fire truck. Okay. Let's get one more person to tell us something they know about firefighters. Cassidy.
They help people when it's a fire.
Okay, we have helped people when it's a fire. One more other thing. Kimora, what's one thing that you know about firefighters?
They can burn up the house.
They can what?
Burn up the house.
Burn up the house? I don't think they burn up the house. Sophia, what do you think?
They have dogs. They have a dog to make sure stuff that is water.
Okay, they have a dog. Okay. They have a dog. Okay, that is our K for what we know about firefighters. Let's think of some questions, some things that we want to know about firefighters. Let's think some questions we would like to know about firefighters. Micah, what is one thing you would like to know about firefighters?
How the water sprays.
How does the water spray? Okay. How does the water spray? Think of another question you would like to know about firefighters. Jahar, what is one thing you would like to know?
The water comes out of a hole.
We know that the water comes out of a hose. Let's think of a question. Just in case you saw a firefighter, what would you like to know? Eric, what would you like to know?
Some people live in a house and some of them fire, and they have to spray.
We said, how does the water spray? Let's think of a question we would like to ask a firefighter. Denzel, what would you like to ask?
If somebody knows, they're going to call somebody.
Okay, how do they call the firefighter? Okay. How do you call a firefighter? That was a good question, Denzel. One more question. Zaire, one more question. What would you like to ask a firefighter?
When somebody's in trouble, they call 911.
We're going to see. We asked that one. How do you call a firefighter? One different question, Rachel.
When it's a fire, they get a fire truck.
Okay, we know that. We're asking a question. A question. Cassidy.
How do the firefighters all get there at the same time?
How do they get to the fire? Good question, Cassidy. How do they get to the fire? How do fighters, get to the fire? We're going to read our book about firefighters, then we're going to get to our L part. Let's turn around and face me. The rocking chair. And let's read to find out about firefighters. So our book is called Firefighters, And the author of our book is Norma Simon, and the illustrator is Pam Paparone. So let's read to find out about firefighters. When the bell rings, firefighters stop whatever they are doing. Slide down the fire pole, one after the other. Pull on heavy pants, pull on heavy boots, into the coats, on with the hats, and up on the fire trucks they go. Open the firehouse doors, start the engines, they're off. Cars hear the sirens wailing, wailing, pull to the side of the road and stop. Let the fire trucks roar by. Firefighters work hard. Fighting fires is their work. Turn on the hoses. Whoosh, whoosh. Out shoots the water. Up go the ladders. Up go the firefighters. Firefighters wear masks to help them breathe through the smoke. They search upstairs and downstairs to get everyone out. After the firefighters put out the fire, with everyone safe and sound and warm, their hard work is done. Time to look around. Time to ask questions. How did this fire start to burn? Firefighters search all around the fire, poking, checking for answers to their questions. They pack up ladders and tools. Up go the hoses into the trucks. They drive back slowly. No sirens now. Down from the trucks come the tired firefighters. Pants and coats go on hooks. Boots stand in a straight row. Hats sit on a long hat shelf. Everything back in its place. It's time to rest. Firefighters eat in the firehouse kitchen. Then it's time to wash the fire trucks and wind up the hoses. Time to clean the breathing mask and check every tank. Make everything ready to fight the next fire. There are always firefighters in the firehouse, night or day, ready to go when the fire bell rings. Open the firehouse doors, start the engines. They're on their way. And there they go, spraying the water. The end. Did you guys enjoy that book? Okay, let's go back to our chart. So the things that we said we already know about firefighters is that they spray water, which is correct. They help people. Do you think that's correct?
Yes.
And they have fire trucks and they have dogs. Did we see that in our book?
Yes.
Okay, the things that we said we wanted to know is how does the water spray? How do you call a firefighter? And how do firefighters get to the fire? So let's talk about some of the things that we learned about firefighters today. Raise your hand and tell me one thing that we learned about firefighters today. Tristan, what is one thing that you learned?
When the house gets on fire, they spray the water.
Okay, so we learned how does the water spray. So how does it spray? What is it called or what?
Water hose.
Good, a water hose. So we can put, we learned that firefighters spray water with hose. But I think we already knew that. For spraying water, we put it with spraying hose. What's another thing that we learned on your bottom? Crisscross applesauce. What is another thing that we learned, Kimora, about firefighters?
With the house get burned, with the firefighter car, you go walk the house over.
Okay, we said that they're going to spray water. What is something else in our book that we learned about firefighters that we did not know before? Rachel.
If the bell rings, it's emergency.
Okay, good. When the bell rings, that lets them know that is a what?
Fire.
It's a fire. Listen for bell to know there's a fire. Okay. Ebony, what is one thing that you learned about firefighters? One thing, you think about it. I'm going to come back to you. Chase.
How do they get there very quick?
How do they get there very quickly? In their what?
They fire truck.
In their fire truck. Let's look at one more, something different we learned from our book. Jeremiah.
How do the firehouse?
You're telling me what you learned. We're not asking a question. Tell me one thing you learned from our book. Cassidy, what's one thing?
But my book, they fight the fire.
They fight fires. We know that. One thing that we learned from our book. Zaire.
They put out fires.
We know they put out fire. What did they have on in our books?
Fire.
Mask and what? Helmet. So we learned that firefighters wear masks and helmets. Okay, hands down. Great job at listening today on firefighters. We're going to go back to our seat and complete another assignment. Give yourself a round of applause.